Hi everybody, my name is Krish. I'm a P4 pharmacy student on the Abilene campus, and today we're going to talk about how to study. If you're watching this video, you're probably a little bit nervous about the block exams or you still haven't established a study technique yet. And that's okay because I'm going to try to help you out.
Tips in studying.
This one is going to sound a little bit too obvious, but tip number one, go to class. There are days when your bed feels extra cozy and that 8 a.m. sounds so much better on 2 times speed at 8 p.m. But let me tell you a secret on why I think it's so important to go to class. Repetition. I personally don't like rewatching videos, and that's why I try to go to class every day. But if I have to, it's my second time around seeing it, and it just reinforces the information into my brain. It's better to see the material more than less. Tip number two, studying on the first day of the block. I know this one sounds a little rough, but your future self is going to thank you later. So what I'll do is whatever course I found difficult to understand on the first day is what I will study over on that Monday. And then the following day on Tuesday is when I go over my next hardest course. And then I kind of just alternate from there, but I make sure that I'm studying some kind of lecture material on every weekday. Another reason that I try to do this is so I can have the weekends off. So I try to work hard on the weekdays, so on the weekends I can relax. Tip number three, take effective notes. I utilize my iPad and Apple Pencil a lot, so I'll take my notes on GoodNotes. I'll make tables, I'll make graphs, and I'll color code it because I'm a very visual person. I personally don't do well with just reading typed notes, but don't get me wrong, I'll still type up my notes while I'm in lecture because sometimes professors talk really fast and I just have to make sure that I get all the information that they're saying. So after I look over the PowerPoint and my typed notes, I'll transfer it over to my GoodNotes and make it pretty, make it more organized, and then I print it out. And once I print it out, I'll add more notes that I missed. Since I have it color coded and organized the way I like it, I'm able to recall information during tests because I know exactly where it's at in my notes. Tip number four. This one may sound a little weird, but talk to yourself or talk to your friends, talk to your peers. Teach yourself. Teach back method is a really effective way of learning and reinforcing the information. A good way to use the teach back method is teaching your family member who doesn't know anything about what you're learning. So you're forced to explain it in simpler terms so that they understand it. So once you translate it into that language, you're able to understand it yourself. Tip number five, take a break. Learn how to pace yourself. I know you'll see a lot of videos online where people do a time lapse of them studying and it's hours and hours from sunrise to sundown. That's not really ideal. I like taking breaks because it gives me a moment to refresh and kind of let the information marinate in my brain a little bit and then get back to business. They don't even have to be long. You could go take a walk. You could call your friends and family to catch up with them and teach them what you learned. You could go play with Possum if you're at school and talk to faculty. And my last tip, and I don't think this one is talked about enough, but rest. Make sure that you take time for yourself and that you still practice a lot of self care. Make sure that you still do things that you enjoy because it's easy to get kind of lost in school and feel like you're falling behind, especially with the pace that we're at, having to take block exam after block exam. And I think that's so important because it allows you to refresh. And so by Monday, you're ready to get back to business. One thing that I will tell you not to do is to pull all nighters or stay up the night before the exam because you're going to be tired and you're not going to remember what you learned. Make sure to rest. So now we're going to head to the school and ask a few of our fellow students how they study and how they got to P2 year, their P3 year, or even their P4 year. Because Clearly, they're successful in their study habits, so we're gonna go ask our friends on how they.
I would mostly take notes in class.
I recommend making Excel sheets of disease states.
I'd like to rewatch what I've seen already, and doing that allows me to get like a second chance at understanding the material that was taught to me already.
So I best study by rewatching lectures as well. I actually really like being able to stop videos, take time to understand the information.
Look at the PowerPoints and then I write it or I type it out in a Google Docs, and then after that I look at the PowerPoint again and I handwrite all of it.
Just look at the slides multiple times, get that repetition in, show up to class, pay close attention, and that'll be the 50% of the battle.
Okay, we're here with Dr. Ramirez, and we're gonna ask him how he studied in pharmacy school.
Okay, so how I studied in pharmacy school was not very well. My first year, I kind of just winged it. I was trying to study like I was in a college still, where I would just suffer in silence. And I think the turnaround for me was in my second year when I started getting inundated with the therapeutic stuff, that I started to actually seek out my professors. Because we are people and we love to talk. We're all nerds about what the stuff that we teach. So when I started actually getting in the faces of my professors and asking them questions and actually working with them as a partner in education, things really started to turn around, and things actually started to stick. So my best advice would be to seek out your professors whenever you have a question or you just need some clarification.
Thank you, Dr. Ramirez.
You're welcome.